And I am going to share my whiteboard. All right, okay. So far we have discussed two chapters. We did not complete the second chapter, that is sets. Let's talk about sets. So basically in the last class हमने ये बात की थी कि how to represent a set. ठीक है. I will just quickly go through the contents we discussed in the last class. Okay, so basically we know that a set is basically represented using these curly brackets. These are the elements or the objects of the set. This is basically telling you the number of elements in that set. This is the belongs to sign. Okay, then we discussed different types of sets, different examples like set of even numbers, set of numbers divisible by 3, and set of vowels. Okay, then we discussed in order to name a set, we use a capital letter, that is fine. And in order to talk about the number of members in a set, we use this notation. Okay, and then we discussed this thing. So we had different types of sets. Let's talk about finite sets only. Infinite sets are not important. When we talk about a finite set, we are able to count the elements of the set. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5. Since 5 is countable, that is why we can say that it is one of the finite sets we have. Okay. All right. Then this was the important thing. Complement, because we will be talking about these again. That is why I'm discussing. Complement of a set was basically this, that you will be having a bigger set. That is your universal set. Okay, universal is self-explanatory. It is the bigger set. It would be given. Set A would be given. If the question is about finding a complement is going to have all the elements of this universal or this big set except those elements of A which are coming in universal set also. For example, I need to find a complement. Fair enough. I'll just cross out the elements of universal set which I have in A. I have 2 in A, I have 3 in A, I have 7 in A, and I have 13 in A. So A complement would be the remaining elements, that is 5 and 11. Okay, this was the concept about complement of A we discussed in the last class. Then we discussed intersection. This is the only thing you need to remember. We will be talking about the common elements. And then we discussed union. So in union, we just talk about both the sets, right? That is A and B. Let's say I had 6 in this as well. So I would not write 6 2 times. I would write 6 1 times. If any element is coming in this and this, both the sets, in the union, I would just write down one element. Okay. I'm just going through all of this very quickly because we have discussed this and I don't want to waste time on this. But the biggest reason behind discussing this is just so if you have any queries, you can ask me right now. Okay. This is what we will be discussing today. The Venn diagram. I'll talk about it on a separate slide. And yeah, that is it. So we have discussed how to represent a set, intersection, union. For subset, I'll just scroll up, do not look at all the symbols there. For subset, I gave an example to Umayza. Imagine that you have a big basket of fruits. Let's say that has apples, peaches, lychees, for example, okay, and oranges as well. So we have 4 different fruits in that big basket. I can take out 2 fruits and that would be the subset of that basket. If I am taking out the element from the reversal set, then I can always say that the smaller set is the subset of the universal set. Okay, so this way in maths, every set has a subset. If a set is not a universal set, in that case as well, for example, if I talk about A has 1, 2, 3. If I talk about B, if B has 2 and 3, I can say that B is a subset of A. Okay, because B में जो elements हैं वो सारे A में आ रहे हैं. So this is the concept about subsets. Okay, all right. Now I am going to stop sharing this. I will share my whiteboard and then we will talk about the new things we need to discuss. We will be talking about one second, there's a student who wants to join. Okay, all right. So the next thing in sets is the concept about Venn diagrams. Okay, now I'll tell you. Okay, we will be talking about a past paper question today from this, so you would get a better understanding of the entire idea. Okay, Venn diagram may basically, let me talk about an example first. Example number one. Imagine you have a universal set and the universal set has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we have a set A. Set A has 1, 2, 3. Set B has 3 and 4. Okay. Now, students, we have discussed one representation of this scenario using this. Okay, जो भी मैंने pink में लिखा, you guys know what exactly is happening. Let's represent this on a Venn diagram. ठीक है, अब I'll tell you. Venn diagram में सबसे पहले we make a square. The square is basically the universal set. Whatever number, elements, objects I will be writing down in this pink box, that would basically be the part of the universal set. Okay, I have set A and B, so I will make set A. Now I can see one thing, that's I have something coming in common in A and B. So this was set A. I will make B with an overlapping because I know that I have something in common as well. This is B. All right. Now please help me with the filling. Set A has 1, 2, 3. It has 1, it has 2, and this 3 is both in A and B. So the elements which are coming in common are written over here in this space. Okay. So I'll be writing down 3 here क्योंकि ये A में भी है और ये B में भी है. ठीक है. उसके बाद we have 4. ठीक है, B के एलिमेंट्स की बात करें 3 4 3 ऑलरेडी मैंने लिख दिया एंड देन वी हैव 4 एंड यूनिवर्सल सेट में हमारे पास 5 भी है तो 5 आई कैन राइट डाउन 5 हियर 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 जहां मर्जी मेरा दिल करे आई कैन राइट डाउन 5. ठीक है, तो दिस इज हाउ आई रिप्रेजेंट elements on a Venn diagram. Let's talk about another example. Let's say universal set मेरे पास same है and this time around B में मेरे पास है 2 3 and 5. Okay, this is the example. Now please pay attention. All right, let me check what is wrong with the other student. One second. Okay, I'm sorry about it. Basically, I was just, helping Taha on WhatsApp. Okay, all right. So let's represent this information, students. So the universal set has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set A has 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1. Now I can see 2 and 3 are coming both in A and B. So I'll write down 2 and 3 over here. And then I have B. B has 2, 3, and 5. So it would be 5. And then there's one element missing, but it is there in the universal set, that is 4. So I can write down 4 here. Okay? Any confusions, any difficulties with the representation of sets on Venn diagram? Please confirm.
Ma'am, there is five in the universal set and 5 in B. So wouldn't we write it in the circle for B?
In this circle?
Yes, ma'am.
No. Okay, that's a good question. I'll tell you. It just understand it the way it looks. Okay, इसमें I'll use this. Okay, so basically this is set A. ये पूरा circle is for A. ये पूरा circle is for B. Now I know that this 5 is in the universal set and B. अगर तो मैं उसको यहाँ पे लिखूंगी तो that would mean कि वो 5 A में भी है. ठीक है, ये 5 is only in B and obviously it is in the universal set. So I am supposed to write it down here only. ठीक है, मैं इसको लिखती इधर अगर ये A में भी होता तो. ठीक है, I need to understand it this way. ये पूरा का पूरा rectangle is for universal set. ये circle is for A. This circle is for B. अगर मैं ये 5 center में लिखूंगी इधर तो वो उसका मतलब होगा कि वो A में भी है, जबकि A में मेरे पास 5 नहीं है. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. And what about the other students? Okay, it's good. All right, okay. Acha, let's talk about one more example and then I will talk about the main thing जो कि exam में जिसके बारे में question आता है. I'm not sure why Taha is not able to join. Okay, let me see. Acha, let's say this time around I have set A, B and C. A में I have 1 only. B में मेरे पास है 2 and 3 and C has 3 and 4. ठीक है, इसमें कुछ भी डिफिकल्ट नहीं है सिवाय इसके कि एक डिफरेंट क्वेश्चन है. ठीक है, आई एम गोइंग टू इरेज एवरीथिंग नाउ. अच्छा, नाउ आई हैव 3 सेट्स. मेरे पास 3 सर्कल्स बनेंगे. आई कैन सी के A में जो एलिमेंट्स आ रहे हैं वो ना B में आ रहे हैं ना C में आ रहे हैं. तो A का सर्कल एक सेपरेट सर्कल होगा. उसको मुझे किसी भी और सर्कल के साथ बनाने की जरूरत नहीं, बिकॉज आई डू नॉट हैव एनीथिंग common between A and any other set. But when it comes to B and C, I can see कि B में and C में there is something that is coming common. ठीक है, this would be the situation. So this is A, this is B and this is C. ठीक है, आराम से comfortably I need to make the circles to represent these sets. ये 1 है, 1 यहाँ आ जाएगा. Then I have 2 and 3 and 3 and 4. ये 2 है, 3B and C दोनों में है. And then I have 4 and universal set में मेरे पास एक 5 भी था. So I need to write it down over here. ठीक है, this is how we represent it. Are we good with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Okay, very good. Acha. Now let's talk about the most important thing which we need to discuss. That is shading of Venn diagrams. Okay, so let's talk about a basic scenario and then I'll tell you कि ये कैसे होता है for the complicated cases as well. Okay, shading of Venn diagram is what we are discussing. Extremely important topic. It is very likely that the examiner would make a question from this part. So I am going to make the diagram first. So the diagram would be given. For now, I'm just writing down the question. The diagram is given. This is the universal set. This is A. This is B. The question would be shade the region representing A intersection B. Okay. Now, I can clearly see I have a universal set. I have A and B. I need to shade the region that is representing A intersection B. What is A intersection B? A intersection B is that stuff which is common in A and B. So on Venn diagram, this is the region that is basically representing A intersection B, right? Is this okay? Yes, all the
Explain it
students.
again.
Okay, sure. I will explain it
Yes,
again.
ma'am, it's okay.
Okay, all right. I'll explain it once again. This is the first example. Here we are discussing shading on Venn diagram. Okay, this is what we will be talking about. Okay, the diagram would be given. The examiner would give you an expression of this type, and he would expect you to shade this thing, that is A intersection B. A intersection B means A और B में जो भी चीजें कॉमन है, you need to shade that part. ठीक है, हमें पता है कि हम कॉमन एलिमेंट्स को यहाँ लिखते होते हैं, तो we are going to shade this entire part that is coming both in A and B, right? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Acha, let's talk about another basic example. Let's say the question is about A union B. Now A union B means what? A union B का मतलब होता है A और B दोनों. ठीक है, A और B दोनों होते हैं A union B में आपके पास. ठीक है, it means the entire set A, entire set. ठीक है, and then entire set B. A union B means both A and B. दोनों आएंगे आपके पास. ठीक है, तो this is A and then this is B, and A union B में हमने दोनों को शेड करना है because ये आपके पास दोनों के एलिमेंट्स होते हैं. Is it okay? Any confusions with this? Please be honest and tell me.
No, ma'am.
Okay, and what about Umaiza and Urva? Please confirm if it's good or not.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Urva, did you understand this? All right, okay. Let's talk about another question now. Let's say the question is about shading A only, okay? Now you have to shade A only. It's very simple. A only क्या होगा? This would be A only. पूरे का पूरा मैंने A shade कर दिया है. ठीक है? अच्छा. Let's say the question was about shading A complement. Now, how have I defined A complement? A complement has every part of the universal set except A. Now, this is self-explanatory. Okay? Every part of the universal set, सब कुछ यूनिवर्सल सेट का आएगा, ये बी भी यूनिवर्सल सेट में है, ये सब कुछ शेड होगा एक्सेप्ट ए. सो एवरी पार्ट ऑफ द यूनिवर्सल सेट एक्सेप्ट ए, राइट? पूरे का पूरा यूनिवर्सल सेट एक्सेप्ट ए. आर वी गुड विद दिस और नॉट? पूरा सब कुछ शेड होगा, सिर्फ ए शेड नहीं होगा. इज इट ओके?
Yes, ma'am.
Please be honest and then tell me. ठीक है? अच्छा. Now let's talk about another example and then I will tell you a method which is going to work every time. तो ज़्यादा सोचने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. The fifth example is very, very important. It is A dash intersection B. अब ये complicated सी चीज आ गई है. ये क्या है? A complement का इंटरसेक्शन विद बी. इसको हम थोड़ा सा सिंपल तरीके से अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं. ठीक है, सबसे पहले तो ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट क्या होगा? ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट वुड बी एवरीथिंग एक्सेप्ट बी. ठीक है, तो ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट के अंदर मेरे पास ये सारे का सारा रीजन आ जाएगा जो कि मैं पर्पल से शेड करी. एवरीथिंग एक्सेप्ट ए. ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट इज एवरीथिंग एक्सेप्ट ए. जब मैं इस पर्पल रीजन का इंटरसेक्शन लूंगी विद बी तो क्या होगा? What is the common region now? The common region is basically this. ठीक है। अच्छा, अब एक ये तरीका है इसको अंडरस्टैंड करने का, ये थोड़ा सा मुश्किल तरीका है, इसका मैं आपको एक सिंपल तरीका बताती हूँ। आपके पास अगेन ये डायग्राम है, आपके पास अगेन क्वेश्चन है, यू नीड टू फाइंड आउट ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट इंटरसेक्शन बी। सबसे पहले हम क्या करेंगे, दिस इज द मेथड, ठीक है। सबसे पहले वी आर गोइंग टू नंबर एवरी पार्ट ऑफ द सेट, ठीक है। मैं इसको 1 कह देती हूँ, इसको मैं 2 कह देती हूँ, इसको मैं 3 कह देती हूँ, इसको मैं 4 कह देती हूँ। दिस वे आई हैव नंबर्ड एवरी पार्ट ऑफ माई सेट, ठीक है। अच्छा, अब कैन एनीवन टेल मी कि ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट में कौन कौन से नंबर्स आ रहे हैं? यस प्लीज, ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट में एवरीथिंग एक्सेप्ट ए। तो ए के अंदर 2 and 3 है, एक्सेप्ट ए कौन से नंबर्स है? 1 and 4 है ना, तो आई कैन राइट डाउन 1 and 4। नाउ ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट हैज 1 and 4 एंड बी में क्या आ रहा है? बी हैज, बी में कौन कौन से एलिमेंट्स हैं? 3 and 4 ओनली, तो मैंने 3 and 4 लिख दिए। एंड नाउ इफ आई आस्क यू व्हाट इज ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट इंटरसेक्शन बी, तो आपने सिर्फ कॉमन एरिया, कॉमन नंबर देखना है। ये 4 और 4 कॉमन है, ये कॉमन है, ठीक है। इट इज 4। इट मींस यू आर ओनली सपोज टू शेड दिस फोर्थ रीजन, ठीक है। दिस फोर्थ रीजन यू आर ओनली सपोज टू शेड this fourth region. So this is going to be the answer. I'll repeat it again. It's completely fine अगर किसी को नहीं समझ में आया. What is the method? The method is कि Venn diagram आपको given है और आपको एक complicated सा question आ गया जो आपको directly देख के समझ में नहीं आ रहा, ठीक है। आप क्या करेंगे, सबसे पहले आपने इस Venn diagram के सब different parts को number करना है। ये 1 है, ये 2 है, फिर जो कॉमन एरिया आ रहा है उसको मैंने 3 कह दिया और उसको मैंने 4 कह दिया, ठीक है। ये मैंने इसको नंबर कर दिया। ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट में क्या होता है? ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट हैज एवरीथिंग एक्सेप्ट ए। ए के अंदर कौन कौन से एलिमेंट्स हैं? 2 और 3 है, ठीक है। 2 और 3 ए के अंदर, तो ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट के अंदर एक्सेप्ट ए होगा, तो कौन कौन से एलिमेंट्स होंगे? 1 and 4, ठीक है। ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट मेरे पास आ गया। बी में क्या क्या है? B has 3 and 4. When I will say A complement intersection B, मैंने इन दोनों सेट्स में से जो नंबर कॉमन आ रहा है उसको देखना है, that is 4. It means मैंने सिर्फ 4 वाले रीजन को शेड करना है, and this way you would be able to do it correctly every time. Is it good or not? Please tell me, समझ में आया कि नहीं समझ में आया?
Yes, ma'am. आ गया समझ में.
ठीक है, and what about the other students? Okay, all right, great. Let's talk about more examples using this thing and then it would be good. Okay. Let's talk about A union B whole complement. ये क्वेश्चन आपको एग्जामिनर ने दे दिया, फिर से सोचने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। लेट्स नंबर द एंटायर वेन डायग्राम, जो जो सेपरेट रीजन्स है, 1 2 3 and 4, ठीक है। अच्छा, क्विकली स्टूडेंट्स प्लीज टेल मी, ए यूनियन बी में मेरे पास कौन कौन से एलिमेंट्स आ रहे हैं? यस, सॉरी,
1 2 3 4।
ए यूनियन बी में, ए यूनियन बी में हमारे पास सिर्फ ए एंड बी होगा, ठीक है। ए यूनियन बी में हमारे पास सेट ए के अंदर कौन से एलिमेंट्स है? 2 and 3। सेट बी के अंदर कौन से एलिमेंट्स है? 3 and 4, ठीक है। तो ए यूनियन बी के अंदर हमारे पास सिर्फ 2 3 and 4 होंगे। We cannot have this 1 in A union B because 1 is outside these two circles. 1 is not inside the circle. अगर कोई element inside है, it means it is in A or B. अगर वो बाहर है, तो वो बाहर है. It is not in A or B. ठीक है? तो is it okay? हमारे पास A union B में 2 3 4 होंगे. सही है?
Okay.
अच्छा. The next thing is, the question is about A union B whole complement. Now A union B is going to have all the elements of the universal set except the elements of A union B. This is what you need to understand. अब आपके पास universal set में कौन कौन से elements हैं? Universal set में we have 1 2 3 4, ठीक है। अगर मैं A यूनियन B होल कॉम्प्लीमेंट की बात करूंगी तो पहले मैं यूनिवर्सल सेट से एलिमेंट्स कैंसिल करूंगी 2 3 एंड 4, आई एम लेफ्ट विद 1। इट मींस A यूनियन B होल कॉम्प्लीमेंट में आई हैव 1 ओनली। इसका मतलब है कि मेरे पास कौन सा रीजन शेड होगा, मेरे पास ये सारा रीजन शेड होगा एक्सेप्ट A एंड B, ठीक है। A और B शेड नहीं होंगे, बाकी सारा कुछ शेड होगा। This is how it is going to be. Yes, are we good with the idea now? Yes, students, please tell me if you have understood this or not.
Yes, ma'am, I've understood this.
Okay, and what about the other students? Please feel free to ask me.
Can you explain the last part again? You know,
Yes.
when you cut off the numbers?
Definitely. Okay. Acha, this was the question A union B whole complement, ठीक है। You must have noticed whenever the question is about complement, मैं यूनिवर्सल सेट में से एलिमेंट्स कैंसिल करती हूँ। कौन से एलिमेंट्स कैंसिल करती हूँ? इस सेट वाले एलिमेंट्स कैंसिल करती हूँ, ठीक है। A union B has 2 3 4, I am looking for A union B whole complement, तो मैंने यूनिवर्सल सेट में से A यूनियन B वाले एलिमेंट्स को क्रॉस करना है। A यूनियन B में I have 2, तो मैंने 2 क्रॉस कर दिया। I have 3, तो मैंने 3 क्रॉस कर दिया। I have 4, तो मैंने 4 क्रॉस कर दिया। I am left with 1 only. That is why this is going to be the region, ठीक है। 1 was representing this region, so I have shaded this entire region, right? Yes, are we good with it?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, very good. Acha, now 1 second only. Oh, let's talk about 3 sets now. Number of sets could be 3, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. I'll just make 3 sets quickly. ये आपको सेट्स गिवन है, ठीक है। डायग्राम गिवन है आपको, ये वाली आपको सिर्फ शेडिंग करनी है। ये प्लीज ट्राई डूइंग दिस वन बाय योरसेल्फ बिकॉज नाउ द आइडिया इज क्लियर। सेट ए है, सेट बी है और सेट सी है, एंड द क्वेश्चन इज A union B. First of all, you need to find A union B and then its intersection with C, ठीक है। ऐसे जब हम इस क्वेश्चन को देखेंगे डायरेक्टली तो यूं तो समझ ऑब्वियसली कुछ समझ में आ रहा है कि A यूनियन B क्या है, उसके इंटरसेक्शन विद C क्या होगा, लेकिन समझने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। लेट्स डू इट यूजिंग आवर फिक्स्ड मेथड। नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू नंबर द डिफरेंट रीजन्स, ठीक है। 1 2 3 4 5, then we have 6 7 8, ठीक है। 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 मैंने सारे रीजन्स को शेड कर दिया है। अच्छा, सबसे पहले लेट्स टॉक अबाउट A यूनियन B। कैन एनीवन टेल मी मेरे पास A यूनियन B में कौन कौन से एलिमेंट्स हैं? A यूनियन B में मेरे पास वही एलिमेंट्स जो यहाँ से मुझे नजर आ रहे हैं, जो कि A और B के अंदर
all
है।
except 8, all except 8, right? 8 and 1.
Yes, well done, excellent, very good, ठीक है। A यूनियन B के अंदर मेरे पास 2 है, then I have 3, then I have 4, then I have 5, then I have 6 and then I have 7। मैंने सारे के सारे एलिमेंट्स जो कि A और B दोनों में हैं वो लिख देने, और जो कॉमन वाले हैं वो मैंने सिर्फ एक बार लिखने, ठीक है। तो मुझे यहाँ से नजर आ रहा है कि A वाले सर्कल में 2 3 5 है, 6 भी है, B वाले सर्कल में 3 4 6 7 है। मैंने बस वो एलिमेंट्स लिख दिए हैं, जो कॉमन आ रहे हैं मैंने वो एक बार लिखे, फेयर एनफ, ठीक है। C में मेरे पास कौन कौन से एलिमेंट्स है? कैन एनीवन टेल मी?
5 6 7 and 8.
Very good, excellent, ठीक है। अच्छा, now what is the question? The question is the intersection of this set and this set, ठीक है। तो I need to talk about the common elements. 5 and 5 is common, 6 and 6 common, 7 and 7 common. It means कि मैंने region 5, region 6 and region 7 को shade करना है, ठीक है। तो I would be shading this entire area. So this is going to be the shaded part. Yes, Kabir and Umaiza and Urva. Is it good?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Very well done. Acha. Now, one question for you guys. Do it right now and then just tell me ke kya aaya aap logo ka answer. I'll make it again. Again, I will make the diagram because it would be given. Set A, then set B, and then set C. A, B, and C. And the question is a bit complicated. A intersection B, whole complement, union C. This is what you need to find. Okay, just number the entire stuff and then let me know. अच्छा, नंबरिंग मैं आप लोगों के लिए कर देती हूँ ताकि हम सब सेम पेज पे हो. So basically it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, सबसे पहले ये सेट फाइंड करें, फिर ये सेट फाइंड करें, then tell me about their union. Take 2 minutes and then I'll ask you. Yes. Any luck with the question? Okay, let's try doing it together. Okay, I know that this is not that straightforward, so it's completely fine. Okay, it says A intersection B complement. Okay, so first of all, I need to focus on this part only. A intersection B. Can you please tell me what elements I have in A intersection B?
3 and 6.
And what about you, Kabir?
Yes, ma'am. I was about to say 2, 3, and 4.
No, in A intersection B. What elements do we have in A
Okay.
intersection B?
Ma'am, in the middle we have 3 and 6.
Very good. Well done, both of you. Okay. Now it says A intersection B whole complement. So for that, I need to talk about the universal set. Universal set has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, these are the elements in the universal set. I will be cancelling the elements of A intersection B. So 3 would be cancelled and 6 would be cancelled, and the remaining elements 1 A intersection B whole complement would have the remaining elements of the universal set. That is 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. This is what we are going to have in A intersection B whole complement. Okay. Next is the set C. Set C में कौन-कौन से elements हैं? We have 5, 6, 7, and 8. When I will talk about A union C, so what elements am I going to mention here? कौन-कौन से elements होंगे मेरे पास? In A intersection B whole complement union C. इन दोनों sets का union लेना है मैंने, and that would give me what? 1, 2,
2, 4, 5,
4, 5. Very good.
6, 7, and 8.
Excellent. ठीक है? So this is what I am going to have. So मेरे पास सारे के सारे numbers आ गए, मतलब सारे के सारा region आ गए except 3. This means कि 3 के अलावा सारे का सारा shade होगा. 1 भी है, फिर मेरे पास 2 भी है, मेरे पास 5 भी है, 8 भी है, 7 भी है, 6 भी है, 4 भी है. तो ये सब कुछ shade होगा except 3 के. ठीक है? तो this is how it is going to look. सब कुछ shaded है except 3. This is the idea about the shading of a Venn diagram. Yes, students, please confirm if you have understood this or not.
Yes, ma'am, I've got it.
I've understood, but could you give us some more practice questions?
Yes.
Just for reference.
One second. I'll stop sharing the screen. I'm going to share another screen that has past paper questions. Yeah, here it is. Share. Okay, now this is a past paper. Okay, let's try solving these questions now. Okay. Acha. It says on the Venn diagram, shade the region represented by B complement intersection A. Now this type of a scenario is different. We have the universal set. Universal set के अंदर we have set A, and set A के अंदर we have set B. Can anyone tell me A और B के बीच में क्या relationship लग रहा है आप लोगों को?
They have the same elements.
Not the same elements, but B is a subset of A, like same elements but not all of them. ठीक है? A के कुछ elements B के अंदर है, इसीलिए B is inside A. ठीक है? This is the scenario, right? Okay. All right. So let's just do it the way we are used to doing it. This is 1, this is 2, and then this is 3. हमारे पास 3 regions ही बन रहे हैं. अच्छा, B complement B के अंदर क्या है? B has 3 only. Universal set के अंदर क्या है? 1, 2, and 3. In order to find out B complement, I need to cancel out the elements of B present in universal set. So मेरे पास क्या है? मेरे पास 1 है और 2 है. ठीक है? These are the elements of B complement. A के elements क्या है? A में मेरे पास क्या है? A में मेरे पास 2 भी है और मेरे पास 3 भी है. Remember, this 3 is inside this A. ठीक है? Now when I will talk about the intersection of B complement in A, मेरे पास 2 and 2 are common. This means के मेरे पास shaded region कौन सा होगा? This is 3. मेरे पास shaded region होगा this region basically. This would be shaded, right? And once you have shaded the region, to make sure that we just erase these numberings, because obviously you हमने खुद से add की थी for our reference. So this is going to be the correct region, and it's just for 1 mark. तो आपको mark सिर्फ shading पे मिलेगा. ये सारा method आपने सिर्फ अपने लिए करना है, या आप बेशक mention ना करें, जरूरत नहीं है. You're only supposed to mention the shading. Are we good with it?
Question. I have a question.
Hmm?
Why did you only shade 2 and not the first part as well?
Which part? Like 1?
Yeah.
Because in B complement intersection A, I will be talking about the elements common in this set and this set. तो कौन से elements common है in B complement and A? सिर्फ 2 common है, right?
Yeah.
I do not have 1. मेरे पास सिर्फ 2 है and I was supposed to shade this part only. तो इस part पे सिर्फ 2 आ रहा है. That is why I've shaded 2 only. ठीक है?
Okay. Alright.
Kabir, are you okay with this?
Yes, ma'am, I'm okay.
All right. Okay. So I will stop sharing this. I'll stop the recording.